Rise to call attention to our federal government's unsustainable fiscal path. Earlier this month, the Congressional Budget Office reported that federal revenues are up 3%, or $102 billion, compared to the same period last year. The problem is, federal spending grew by 7%, or $271 billion over the same period. As a father and a grandfather, this is a concern that keeps me up at night. What kind of burden are we placing on our children and our grandchildren? They could face a future of less growth and economic opportunity as a result of our refusal to make difficult fiscal decisions. Congress should be working together with the administration now to begin the long process of fiscal course correction. Congressional Budget Office projects that America's debt will continue to increase rapidly over the next several decades because of mandatory spending. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and interest on the debt are some of the main expenditures that we make, and we never make any decisions on them. We do not change them. We don't improve them. For decades, nonpartisan experts have warned of budget pressures that we would face as baby boomers aged and began to retire. The combination of an aging population, longer lifespans, and rising per-beneficiary health care costs put enormous pressure on our budget. These warnings from the Congressional Budget Office, they're the actuaries, and many other people, you name it, have and continue to be ignored. We're now in a world where these pressures are very real and something we will need to face before we go off the cliff in a few short years. We know that Social Security and Medicare hospital insurance trust funds are now paying out more than they are taking in. We also know that Social Security's combined trust funds will be exhausted in 2032. It's way down the road. No, it's not. And Medicare's hospital insurance fund, which covers inpatient hospital services, hospice care, skilled nursing facilities, and home health services, that's projected to be depleted in 2026. That's not very far. And we continue to do nothing. Once the respective trust funds are exhausted, these programs will still be able to pay out some money, but they'll only be able to pay out as much benefits as they have coming in. And I mentioned that we have a lot less coming in than we're paying out. For Medicare, that means only being able to pay 86% of hospital-related Medicare spending. For Social Security, revenue is projected to cover only 76% of scheduled benefits. I don't know many seniors who can afford a 24% cut. I want to make sure Social Security and Medicare are able to provide benefits to current beneficiaries as well as those who need them in the future. That will require being clear-eyed about the problem and working together in a bipartisan manner to ensure these programs are solvent. The longer we wait to address the imbalance, the more severe the changes will be and the fewer options we'll have. We need to change the way we do things in Washington. We simply cannot afford to continue ignoring the challenges that our country faces.